Just found out my date doesn't believe in the moon landing. Yeah, I know. It seems fake, right? Unfortunately, I can assure you that it is all too real. I've been on like 4 dates with this girl, and she's a pretty nice person and I like hanging out with her, but everyone I talk to about it tells me to cut bait and run. Should I? Strangers of the internet, give me your wisdom. I would cut bait if I learned the person I was dating didn't believe in the moon landing, or the Holocaust, or vaccines, or science in general, but that's just me. It depends on how much that stuff bugs you, and probably how many, if any, other things she believes. Have you asked her about the lizard people yet? The moon landing was fake. But the crew of Apollo 11 were such perfectionists, they demanded it be filmed on location. So do you want to potentially have kids with an anti-intellectual? How does she feel about vaccines? Alex Jones? 1/6? You don't need that kind of stupid in your life. It can become contagious. Make a movie night where she shows you all her proof and you show her yours. Pun intended. Put on the awesome Apollo documentaries on the YouTube channel, homemade documentaries, as well as the Mythbusters episode where they demolish every moon hoax argument one by one. Maybe it'll give her better info and it'll make its way to her brain. It's not an adorable quirk. Willful ignorance is bad. One of my friends, his boyfriend is a flat earther. Sadly they tend to brainwash other people. No, she isn't a flat earther now, but she has broken up a long honest relationship me because trying to tell her it isn't a good person, also abusive, had made her think I am crazy for telling her so. Run away, Mayor red flag. Does she not believe we went at all? Or just during 69? Do not cut bait while running. You can really mess up your fingers that way. I'd probably ask about vaccines as a sanity check. If she's mistaken about the moon landing, that's not going to have consequences, but you don't want to get measles because you're dating someone who thinks that vaccines cause lycanthropy. She probably thinks wearing a mask infringes on her civil liberties too. It depends how invested she is in this conspiracy lol. Like I think the government had something to do with 9/11, but it's not a stalwart in my relationship with my girlfriend or anything. It's just an opinion. I've got a friend whose girlfriend thinks the Earth is flat. They have a child. So it can work, it's just not for everyone. People believe in all sorts of things, often without any proof or with overwhelming evidence to the contrary. She'll be leading you down the crazy conspiracy rabbit holes in no time. Rabbit, have fun. Never put your dick in crazy. Everyone is acting like this is an obvious deal breaker. If it's not something she's super passionate about or brings up all the time, it's probably not even a deeply rooted belief. I'd say as long as she doesn't want to push the narrative onto her future kids and doesn't have any other weird conspiracy theories, just let it go. Do you guys align politically? While I don't agree with her, a lot of people do think the moon landing was faked. A lot of people think 9/11 was a lie. I don't really mind those things so much. It's when it crosses over to the next level of crazy when I can't stand. Like, vaccines aren't real, the Earth is flat, the government wants to chip us, etc. I'd just start backing away slowly. Gosh, what other kinds of crazy things does she believe in? Depends how important being intelligent and pro-science, anti-conspiracy is to you. For me it'd be a deal breaker. Well, what does your intuition tell you about her? If she is a normal girl who likes to get into conspiracies, then what's the harm? But if she's got a screw loose in other areas too, then probably best to GTFO. Nope. Don't date stupid. You cannot respect this girl, and that about sums it up. Do you really want to continue a relationship with someone whom you can't respect? I mean, I found out a girl I was dating, psycho nuts hardcore Russian Orthodox bitch, didn't believe the world was older than 6,000 years about 3 months into the relationship. How about trying to prove or convince her by argument and showing evidence? A nice experiment to see how easy, difficult it is to prove the moon landings. QAnon alert. Run for the hills as fast as your legs can carry you. Sounds like she needs some space. Try to engage her in a reasoned, fact-based conversation about it. If she's not capable of reason, the flag is so far past red that it has passed out of the visible part of the spectrum and you should leave. The eagle has landed. Opening square bracket. As long as you're not planning a trip to the moon, I would say it doesn't matter that much in the great scheme of things. More importantly, do you connect on ice cream flavors? Some of the best relationships are when opposites attract. She will always keep you amused. She may be lovely, kind and faithful. No point ditching her over some conspiracy theories. Jesus man, if you like it, go for it. I mean, if you're looking for a serious relationship in her, do you want a woman who doesn't believe in moon landing to be mother of your children one day? Does she think the moon is made of cheese? It seems fake, right? No, I'm pretty sure the moon landing was real. Nah, you need to find out how dumb she is. And why. Sometimes these conspiracies are just silly, like lizard people and Illuminati. But, please ask her about vaccines. That is literally the only conspiracy we care about right now. I found out after being married that my husband thinks the moon landing is fake. My rational software developer husband. He thinks man has been to the moon, but definitely not at the time it is believed they did. Says the timing is too convenient. He's still a good person and mostly rational. To me, it's something that can be accepted. Some people believe in horoscopes, healing crystals, life energy and food. My husband believes the moon landing was faked. It does bother me, but definitely not enough to be an issue. It's ultimately up to how it makes you feel about the other person. If it will make you think less of her or unable to trust her reasoning, I'd say run. If not, then enjoy dating her. It really depends on how much you're willing to put up with. I know she's not the only one with that exact theory, and it's not the absolute strangest thought. At least she believes we made it to the moon at some point. I see people are now 100% convinced we went to the moon. Is there a reason for this? It was always like 50-50 for and against it the last time I spoke to people about it, like 10 plus years ago. I've seen pretty good evidence for both sides of the story, so is there more saying they actually did it? I personally think it was done, but just curious. My current husband waited 4 years to fully explain all of his weirdness. Unfortunately, I was already hooked. I just smile and humor him. Was she joking? Perhaps a bad joke. I like to joke the earth is flat in a serious tone sometimes, helps you see where some people are at. If it wasn't a joke, then I would leave. Are you sure it wasn't though? Cut bait and run. My only skepticism about that is the camera, and the flag waving around. As there is no gravity on the moon, so how was it flapping? What a scrub, believing in the moon. Yep. That's a deal-breaker for me. If she believes in one conspiracy, she'll believe in them all. That's how it works. I assume she's an anti-masker too? My husband doesn't believe in it either. It doesn't bug me at all. I don't believe in global warming. It's just minor stuff to us. I see it as a to each their own. I mean, I'm a Republican and my girlfriend gets all her news from Facebook, but we make it work. I doubt this topic would exactly come up often. My husband is effing disgusting. He doesn't believe Sandy Hook was real, but somehow I make it work. 0 number of press conferences given Neil Armstrong. 12 number of press conferences given Lindbergh, first man to fly USA to Paris. 12 number of press conferences given Amelia Earhart, first women to fly USA to Ireland. 10 number of press conferences given Bertrand Piccard, solar-powered flight global. NASA's own recent post-moon surface is hit with too many cosmic rays to return there.